drop whatever you're doing, because you won't want to miss this. We're coming at you with some folks really using their heads. A whole lot of attitude. And the most fun you can have on 4 wheels. We're up. Out of control. And nothing's gonna stop us. With a show that knows there's nothing funnier than pain, humiliation, and stupidity. Just as long as it's happening to somebody else. It only hurts when I laugh. Tired of only the talented athletes making it onto the highlight reels? It's high time the morons got a little limelight. Seems like a stupid place to put billboards. Picking up the bike and hopping over them slows down the race, doesn't it? Or ends it entirely. Yeah, I don't think that's a sport-approved helmet. Well, it does match his board, however, so he gets a point for fashion sense. But he loses points for picking a lake that's way too small. He may look confident, but Hector is quite pessimistic about the big fight coming up. Sure, he practices a flurry of assaults, but he also practices getting knocked on his ass. See the ball? Be the ball. If you aren't routinely getting injured when playing ping pong, then, dude, you just aren't trying hard enough. True champions are not afraid to go all out, or lose their vision trying. Sven has mastered the clean part of the clean and jerk. He's freshly showered. And now he strikes a blow for nerdy-looking geeks everywhere. He's getting better. At least he didn't cry this time. On Blacklight Fridays at the Haight-Ashbury hippy-dippy lanes, the mood is psychedelic. And the bowling is catastrophic. After years of begging the course manager to fill in Widowmaker Ditch, the drivers simply decided to fill it in themselves. Aw, isn't that nice? This will make it so much safer for the rest of the pack. Yep, couldn't get another car in that ditch if you tried. Nanny cams have become all the rage among the working parents set, but it isn't always enough. The camera gave them peace of mind, but it wasn't enough. So they also purchased an attack cat. Mitzi would keep that minimum wage caregiver in line. Yep, nothing but the best for their child. You know, as long as the best isn't the parents actually taking care of the little tyke. She'll think twice about making Junior pick up his toys from now on. Just back away from the child, and you won't get hurt. They can't all be bullseyes. In fact, it seems like most of the time, we end up way off target. There is a fine line between genius and stupidity. And that line is crossed right here. Up until then, we gotta say, this is genius. Breaking boards is for newbies. More advanced masters go after tree limbs. And the even more advanced stray from the intended target and break their helper. Making his own slip and slide made him the envy of the neighborhood, until they saw him use it. You know how 2 out of 3 idiots come off not nearly as dumb as they really are? By making sure the third member of their group is even dumber. Ah, low to the ground, wind in his hair, high speed. Who's cooler than this guy, right? Well, I guess almost everybody. Jeremy almost had it all. Expensive clubs, country club membership, overindulgent parents. It's just too bad that with all that, he sucked as bad as he did. Drew is a master. Knocking down even one cone would take 5 points off his score. And he clinches it. No points were taken off for hitting people. Good job. Ricky's skateboarding never progresses, because no matter how many instructions he receives...
Remember what I said? Put your front foot on the bolts.
Oh! He never seems to retain it. Coming up, someone forgot to pick up the Ritalin prescription. Just park that thing anywhere. Not the first time she's hit her head. And in our crossing the line segment, a snake that can't get enough silicone, but can you blame him? When It Only Hurts When I Laugh continues. What? You have to be hit over the head? Sometimes the career path you've chosen just doesn't work out. Remember, you should treat every construction site as a hard hat zone because, in reality, all construction sites are hard hat zones. Even though they bill themselves as the cheapest movers in town, it's amazing they're still getting hired. Thank goodness for them. A lot of people don't ask for references. If you've been working at the garage for 3 years and are still falling for the look in the tailpipe and see if it's clear gag, maybe auto mechanics just isn't for you. Let me see. This makes it go up. Now, where's that down button? Oh, whoa, here it is. That was easier than I thought. Farmer Johnson and his tractor have been working together for 73 years. People wondered which one would quit working first. And as it turned out, it was simultaneous. That's good timing. Only hire Bootsy's Wrecker Service when your car has already been in a wreck. Because seriously, what are they gonna do? F it up worse? They just might. Leonard was great with customers, a whiz at stocking, and didn't mind the hellish hours. In fact, the only thing Leonard didn't excel at was sweeping off the roof. Oh yeah, here's a little something for the fellas. Turn down the lights, scooch that chair a little closer. It's time for the ladies of It Only Hurts When I Laugh. The summertime was the perfect time for Jennifer to show off her sexy bikini swimsuit and her fancy backflip off the swimming pool slide. Well, she got to show off her bikini anyway. The relationship between a stripper and her pole can be a complicated one. When things are going right, ooh la la. When things are going wrong, hey, come on, it's still a pretty girl on a pole. How is that ever wrong? Is there anything better than a super hot girl jump roping with an oven mitt? Short answer, nope. Oh, she's serious, because she's wearing the shorts that say gymnast on them. She should wear shorts with a target on them, because that seems to be where she lands every time. Remember, just because she's the former First Lady and current Secretary of State doesn't make her any more special than the rest of us. She still busts her ass like a commoner, and we love her for that. The only real fun part about having kids is making them. After that, geez, it's a lot of work. Jimmy was a lock at winning the Angora Canyon Elementary School bike rodeo. He just wanted to make sure the judges got an up-close look at his fancy pedaling and balance. I'm guessing that's too close. Listen up, fellas. This is why your wife is constantly telling you to put the seat down after you pee. It's so when she gives your child a white trash bath, he don't hit his head while he's in there. Every parent thinks their kid's gonna be the next Tiger Woods and make them millions of dollars. In this instance, it will not be the case. When Grandma is watching her stories, Jeremy has to entertain himself. He finds getting dizzy does the trick, and that keeps him occupied right up until nap time. The Johnsons felt a trampoline would be a huge waste of money, especially when their furniture was so bouncy. They used that savings to buy ice packs and bandages. Want to be on TV? We'll make it worth your while. Just send us a clip where you capture your most embarrassing or humiliating moment, and if we use it on the air, we'll send you a check for $250. Send your stuff to It Only Hurts When I Laugh. P.O. Box 2904, Toluca Lake, California, 91505. Or upload it at itonlyhurts.com. Coming up, bowling for brides. Who farted? I'm guessing he did. Dumbass, table for one. And in our Crossing the Line segment, why snake handlers seldom go topless. When It Only Hurts When I Laugh continues. Hey, Mom, look. I'm about to make a complete ass of myself. We'll be the first to admit, this is impressive. But who doesn't find a wheelie impressive? Oh. My money's on the snack cart guy. A rider is only as good as his equipment. So, all things considered, this is a pretty good match. The cool thing about an ATV is you can park them pretty much anywhere. A normal kid would simply go around the table. Then again, Edward is no normal kid. Sure, being in the pit band is cool and all, but to be really cool, you gotta know how to make an entrance. Well, being in the pit band is still cool. Somebody's been watching too many Dukes of Hazzard reruns. The key with jumping over the car is knowing to quit while you're ahead. Bo always does one too many times. They can just pop that out. As far as the dent in his head, oh crap, he'll have to live with it. Some skater boys believe the skateboard has its own personality. And this skateboard has had it with this show-off's egotistical attitude. So, it trips him up.
Oh my God, you see that?
Oh, we saw it, dude. We saw it. These two guys are there to make sure this guy doesn't go flying off. They're good friends, but for this guy, two friends are not nearly enough. Are you a friend of the bride or the groom? The reason they ask is so that only half of the church will be embarrassed at any given time. Little girls have a hard time with all the attention being focused on the bride. Some even strike out. They spent so much of their wedding budget on the cake that they didn't have enough to buy a sturdy table to support it. They couldn't afford plates either, so everyone will just have to lick it off the floor. Some ceremonies have the groom stomp on a glass to represent the breaking of the bride's, well, you know. Other ceremonies signify the breaking of the man's spirit by smashing his head.
Thank you very much.
You think it would be the being married by an Elvis impersonator that would be the most memorable part of their service.
And you may kiss your wife, my friend.
Yet, it was a distant second. As is tradition, all the eligible bachelors form a train so that the eligible women can see who's available to marry. Some will get selected, while others... they'll stay single for life. One man for the rest of your life? Good times and bad? Richer or poorer? Forsaking all others no matter how hot they are? Yeah, I don't blame you, sweetie. It can be a bit overwhelming. Hey, let's take a picture of just the male members of the wedding party to make sure it's safe first. Yeah, okay. Hey, let's take the rest of the pictures back at the church, y'all.
And now, the It Only Hurts When I Laugh funniest clip, brought to you by Domino's.
Not only does that skimpy little bathing suit leave little to the imagination, it also lacks any sort of protection. Now, his voice won't be back to normal till summer's over.
This has been the It Only Hurts When I Laugh funniest clip, brought to you by Domino's. Check the status of your order with the Domino's tracker at Domino's.com.
Coming up, we cross the line with a woman who didn't want her nipple pierced. It just sort of worked out that way. When It Only Hurts When I Laugh continues. We all know the story of Eve being tempted by a serpent in the Garden of Eden. Well, tonight, we update that story in our Crossing the Line segment. In this version, it's Eve who tempts the serpent with her, apples. And as is often the case, temptation proves too much to resist. I'm guessing this particular serpent ain't getting anywhere near her Garden of Eden anytime soon. Why can't all Bible stories be this enticing? Damn, that was crazy fun. Hey, we should really hang out more. Just you and me and our coterie of crazy. Bumbling, lovable klutzes, making us giggle with their bumps, grinds, and unfortunate missteps. All in fun, folks. Everyone's okay as long as they remember, it only hurts when I laugh.